Now then, people, it's Joe or Leeds TV, and it is your Millwall preview. It's good to be back. Obviously, we've had the international break. I hope you all enjoyed the content we put out over the last week. You know, we had the Lee Chapman interview. We had our Championship 1-11 with myself and Conor. We did a rundown of the Championship season so far for Leeds United. You know, some really good videos, and it was well received by you guys. Really excited for the Millwall game. Hopefully myself, Oscar and Conor will be doing a live stream prior to the game, and then we're going to look at doing a bit of a joint post-match pint after the game, just analysing it there and then, pretty fresh. Won't be a live stream, but we're looking at getting that out, a bit more of a discussion between the three of us. So make sure you keep it locked to All Leeds TV for that, and as always, make sure you tune in to Conor and Oscar's preview as well. What I do just want to begin with is something that's come out today on Sky Sports News. I'm sure you're all aware of it. Some gadget called Bowry, who used to play at Millwall, played at many clubs. It makes me think why Sky got an ex-Millwall player on in the first place just prior to Leeds Millwall. Anyone would think they maybe were hoping for some sort of soundbite that he'd give. But basically, he was talking on racist chanting, obviously, with what's going on. Most recently, the disgusting behaviour by the Montenegro fans towards Sterling, Rose, Hudson-Odoi. So he came out and basically said it's happened. And name-checked Leeds United, name-checked Ellen Road for monkey chants. Never heard it. You know, a lot of people have come out on Twitter and said maybe back in the 80s. I mean, obviously I was only born in 88, so I wouldn't have been there. But while I've been at Ellen Road, I've never heard anything. And I think it's an absolute disgrace that he's been allowed to say it first and foremost, that Sky have given him the airtime to do it. And to come out and just name-check Ellen Road. You know, he says, oh yeah, you know, like when you go to Ellen Road and other places. It's an absolute disgrace. And the fact that he's Millwall as well, he's played for Millwall, I think he's played for QPR, Palace. But there's a lot more people they could have had on to discuss that matter than an ex-Millwall player, in my opinion. Some guy that I'd never even heard of. Bobby Bowry. Leeds fans being Leeds fans, obviously it's been met with utter contempt, which you can appreciate, but they've also done some investigating. And apparently he's never fucking played there. He's never even played at Ellen Road. And then he's come out and said, oh, by the way, Leeds fans, I was once in the stand in the 91-92 season. I was a squad player and I was sat in the stand one time and I heard it myself. But then people have done some further investigation and thought, is that actually right? Because you're saying you were at Palace when in actual fact you were at QPR. So is there any truth to what he's actually even saying? Is there any proof? Is there any substance to what he's saying? I think not. And the best thing is he's now protected his tweets on Twitter. So he's come out and made a quick fleeting statement. Oh, you're not the only ones, Leeds. It did happen. I wasn't playing. I was just in the stands once. But the way he's put it across as though he's experienced it as though, you know, playing the game. But, you know, as you can see, I don't think he's even ever played at Ellen Road. And now he's made this statement and protected his tweets. So you can see there it's absolute bullshit, and it's really angered me as a fan because I know it doesn't go on, and I know all you Leeds fans will be saying exactly the same as me. It's an absolute disgrace. He should be reprimanded. Sky Sports should be reprimanded. EFL should investigate them. Everyone should, because that's an absolute disgrace. You know, but it's Leeds United. What more can we expect? You know, there's certain levels that you think it can't get any worse. But it just did. It just did. It's an absolute disgrace. And I'm fuming. And I know a lot of people have added the new, you know, Popey, Phil. Popey said he's took it to the club. And no doubt we'll see some sort of statement. No doubt. And it just... Listen, I know he's ex-Millwall and it's sort of... You need to, I guess, separate it because he's not at Millwall now and he's not come out and said it. But I think it's an absolute joke that they've had an ex-Millwall player on. It all adds to it for me. Absolutely, you know, we know what the media bias is like, and it wouldn't surprise me if them you know, producers at Sky have thought, let's get some no-mark, you know, footballer on who used to play for Millwall just before the Leeds game. Do you know what I mean? I think it's an absolute joke, and it's naughty, very naughty by Sky, an absolute slander by Bobby Bowry, and he should be held accountable for it. He should be held accountable for it. Further to that, you've had Steve Morrison, the wanker, coming out spouting loads of shit. You've had Harris coming out since about 2 weeks ago, coming out saying it's the biggest game of the season and that. We already know it is. We already know we're your cup final. You know, I watch YouTube fan channels, Lions TV coming out saying, you know, their score predictions. A lot of it, oh, we love playing the Leeds. It's our cup final. Yeah, all that sort of stuff. Yet they're only taking 1,300 to Ellen Road. You know what I mean? I've been down to Millwall several times now, and there's always one chant: will you come to Leeds? Will you fuck? Will you fuck? And it's true. It's true. It's your cup final, biggest game of your season, and you're only bringing 1,300. So that's all I'll say. You know, Harris, Morrison, this Bobby Bowry, they're all linked. You know, I hate Millwall. I hate them. So fuck Millwall. Fuck Bobby Bowry. Fuck Steve Morrison. Fuck Neil Harrison. Fuck the fans. And I hope we batter them. I hope we batter them. You know, lineups come out. Obviously, we've all got to be buoyed now by the fact that Pontus Jansson and Forshaw are going to be fit for Saturday. I don't think Forshaw will come in. I think he'll start on the bench. You can't replace KP. KP's been immense. But having someone of Adam Forshaw's ilk on the bench to come on, maybe, because for me, I hope we batter them, but I do think it'll be tight. And I do fancy Millwall to score. But it's massive, you know, the fact that Pontus, you know, I wouldn't have minded Berardi coming in, I'm not going to lie, but the fact Pontus is fit, that partnership of Pontus and Cooper, for me, as I keep saying, arguably one of the best centre-back partnerships in the league, the fact that they can keep that continuity, because the back four has been playing really well of late. Aylin, Alioski and the two rocks at the back. Obviously we're going to have a change in goal. Bailey Peacock-Farrell's going to play in goal. He's had some really good performances during international duty though, and Bielsa said so himself in his press conference. The one thing that does worry me, it's going to be a massive test because we know that we're going to get peppered from up on high, and you know, it's going to be set piece galore, isn't it? Balls into the box. But listen, we've got Pontus, that's key for me. Also some other, great news is the fact that Kemar Roof will be back for Birmingham. Expected to be fit for Birmingham, and for me, I'd get him straight in there as well. Roberts has played really well, but he's in and out in terms of performances. You know, he played awesome against Millwall, then he wasn't so great against QPR. You know, things like that. We get some more consistency and some more quality with Kemar Roof. So I'm looking forward to that because we need him for the running. And you know, he's come back really quick, and it shows the attitude of the players that they want to come back. They want to be involved. Lineup wise, I think it's going to be exactly the same. The only change is going to be Bailey Peacock-Farrell for Kiko Casilla. Bit of a stat time for you now. I've been in touch again with my friend LUFC Data, fan of the channel, we're a fan of his stuff, and he's given me some few key stats. So we've won five of the last 6 games against Millwall at home. You know, as I said to you earlier, I watch fan channels. They have this impression that at Ellen Road they do really well. That's not the case. We have won 5 of the last 6. We all remember last year was that humdinger 7-goal thriller, 4-3 Millwall. Steve Morrison. He was giving it all this to the cop. He just absolutely shithoused him. The lad said it's on, talking shut as well. He loves this game and he's up for this game, and that's why he said what he said. However, watching fan channels, they seem to think that Lee Gregory's going to start up top. So that's good for me because, in all honesty, this is Steve Morrison's game. This is probably the game that he looks for most in the calendar, much like the Millwall fans. And he'd be up for this game, and he can make a difference when someone is that dead set on wanting to do something against a team they dislike. That's Steve Morrison, and if he's not even going to get on the pitch, he might come on late on when we're already romping them. So I think it's probably positive for me that Steve Morrison may not start. We do. I said to you earlier, I fancy Millwall to score. The reason that being is we only have 1 clean sheet against them in our last 7. In our last 7 games against Millwall, there has only been 1 clean sheet. My prediction, it's going to be 3-1, and I believe the King Pablo is going to be instrumental. And the reason I say that is because I just think he, in his own mind, it might just be us, but footballer wants to prove people wrong, and the fact that that boy wasn't in the championship team of the season is absolute sacrilege. Whoever made that choice, whoever picked that, crazy to, I'm buzzing that KP's in there. He deserves to be in there. Liam Cooper as well, been awesome all season. But Pablo has been involved in 21 goals in 31 games. That's more than any other Leeds player. So he's had an involvement in 21 goals this season for our club. Yet he's not in the team of the season. It's absolutely crazy. So for that, I feel King Pablo is just going to be on song and drive us to victory. My prediction's going to be 3-1. And I do fancy Millwall to score. It could go half-time 1-1 and then second half we come out and we turn it on. But yeah, some stuff from bits I've seen. I think Gregory maybe lead the line. Will Morrison get on? Will he start? I touched on it earlier. 1,300 fans will be coming to Ellen Road from Millwall, which probably for them is quite a big turnout based on normal. But yeah, I watched some of their videos, as I say, and a lot of them seem to think that Leeds United will win as well. And it's always good to get a sort of an opposing team's reaction, see what they seem to think. And they seem to think, they're on the back of two decent performances, but they think that our quality will tell. And I have to tend to agree with them. And I want us to beat these so bad and get back on that run. Because, like I say, 8 massive games now. Massive games. Starting with Millwall, and then we go Birmingham, Preston, I believe it is. So yeah, we need to win this because the other two teams have got difficult games. Arguably this weekend we have the easier of the 3. We've got Millwall, obviously. Sheffield United are at home to Bristol City, and Norwich go away to Middlesbrough. So we need to get points, and we need to get all 3, and I think we will at Ellen Road. It's going to be an absolute fortress, sold out, apart from the away fans, of course. But yeah, let's create a mint atmosphere. I think this shite that's come out from Bobby Bowry will help us to do that. The fact that Morrison and Harris again come out spouting the shit, much like they do every time. I think it will lead to a good atmosphere and a good 3 points for Leeds United. And as I said, I think it'll be 3-1 with Pablo being instrumental because he's just the boy. But thank you for tuning in, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Watch out for Conor and Oscar's preview as well, and make sure you watch out for the post-match pint with myself, Conor and Oscar. And also, prior to the game, we will be doing a live stream. Normally about 1, maybe 2 o'clock when the lineup's announced. But I'm almost certain it'll be the same lineup. But thank you again. I'm rambling now. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Marching on together. Let's fucking do this. Let's go up as champions. Come on, it's our time. Leeds, Leeds, Leeds.